Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. Week 21 of these weekly challenges upon us once again, and it's now time for the Ducati 998RM right here in Imola for the Variante Bassa. So as mentioned, we are on board the Ducati 998R, and I do believe this is the very first time we've had slick tyres in a weekly challenge. I might be wrong on that one, but I do feel that is correct. And we're here in Imola, and I do believe this is our first time trial at Imola, perhaps. I went for it, but I'm not too sure. But anyway, we will be doing some sort of track guide here today and trying to help you out in this particular circuit. Of course, the target time is to beat a 1:55.800, and I don't think I'll have too much difficulties with that as we now exit Tosa for the very first time of this video. So I am using anti-wheelie 1, traction control 0 and engine brake on 2. So if you need to change your electronic settings to match with mine, then go ahead, but to be honest, it's just literally preference, entirely up to you and how you want to do it. So now going into turn 9 and turn 10, and I'll be honest with you, I can't remember how to pronounce that, so I don't even think I'm going to bother trying to pronounce it this time. We'll be going hard on the brakes in a moment's time for the very difficult right hand, this super tight chicane for the Variante Alta for turn 11 and turn 12. Now once exited out there, be careful on the acceleration because you will try and wheelie the motorcycle, especially trying to get it down, pushing the tuck-in button in to try and stop the bike from lifting up. Well, going into Rivarza, we'll be going into Rivarza once more for turn 15. Nice and tight to the apex there. Be very careful of touching that rumble strip at the apex there. If you touch it, the chances are you will probably crash before you even realise you've touched it. So be very careful. So of course this first lap is now completed more or less, and then I'll try and give you some guide and assistance for the next couple of laps. Across the line we will go, and it's going to be a 1:47.198. So first things first, track guide time. There's a sign on your right hand side there, 200, and then of course the actual green lights are in front of you. Make sure you're braking roughly between those parts. There's also a shadow on the floor. Now flick it to the left hand side for turn 4 for the Variante Tamburello, and you get very close here to the rumble strip, and then begin to brake nice and tight, just constantly bringing the brake on nice and gently and nice and controlled for the Variante Villeneuve. And then for Tosa, brake quite early and hug it in tight. Try and stay on that black line, those really thick marks on the track from where the tyres have been burnt up. Now just gently move the motorcycle to the right hand side underneath the showy sign and begin to brake in a controlled fashion. Running a little bit wide there for Piratella, but it's quite okay. Getting closer and closer to the rumble strip there. Don't touch the rumble strip like I did on that one. We'll rectify that on the next lap. But going into turn 9 and turn 10, smooth and gently braking just very gradually into those corners. When you're braking on an angle, you need to be braking roughly about 50% to 60-70%. If you brake completely, the chances are you will lock up the front and drop the motorcycle. So coming out of the chicane, I'll mention that on the next lap so you can get a good understanding on exactly where to brake. Now this one, it's very hard to spot the signs because they're all hidden behind the bridge, etc. But as you see the bridge, use that as your braking guide. Just as you come to the bridge, the shadow is on the floor, start braking there. It's one of those sort of feeling braking zones because there's not much around you to see. On the right hand side of the screen there is a couple of braking markers, but unfortunately for those, they're all hidden by debris and foliage, etc. But coming out of the Variante Bassa now for the second of 3 times, we'll be crossing the line, hopefully improving on the 1:47, and we do indeed. So one more time, we'll be trying to tackle this track and trying to give you a little bit more assistance. So remember what I said, green light, 200 sign on the right, there you go, braking on the green, bringing it nice and tight to the apex of Tamburello, flick it to the right hand side and get ready to flick it again once more to the left hand side, beautifully done. Now you're going to be going as fast as you can now, absolutely thrashing it towards the Villeneuve corner as you brake very gently towards the end, and then you can begin to brake more firmly. Now braking into Tosa nice and early there. Remember to stay in to the apex, stay onto them black marks on the track, and now go for it, full acceleration until we get to Piratella in a moment's time. Be careful over the rise, make sure the bike doesn't wheelie too much, as the bike really wanted to right there, as you just seen on your screen right there. As we now go into Piratella, nice and tight apex, but without touching that rumble strip because they are quite aggressive around this track. Braking into turn 9 gently, a little bit more acceleration just to slowly bring us into turn 9 and turn 10. And now, of course, the tight, difficult chicane. First braking marker on your left, second braking marker, begin to brake nice and heavy, but also in a controlled manner. You know what I mean. Gentle, but firm at the very, very same time. Of course, keep an eye out for the bridge in a moment's time. Bridge is coming towards you very, very fast. Begin to brake as you get under the into the shade, in the shadow. Now onto the left-hand side for Rivarza. Get it on the rumble strip, that's okay, but don't touch this rumble strip for turn 15. It is treacherous, let me tell you. Now, of course, the final part, which is a really difficult one. You see the 200-meter marker? Begin to brake roughly about 150, 160 meters. As you see that 201, just begin to prepare yourself, and then you'll be alright braking into that particular corner. And across the line we will go. This should be an improvement to a 1:45.879. So those are the breakdown of the 3 laps I've just tackled in the Variante Bassa of Imola. I must say I do really enjoy this track, and that bike was a pleasure to use, but as you see on the screen right now, pretty consistent pace, but there's always room for improvements. Now it's time to look at the leaderboard, and DrAce is sitting quite pretty at the top with a 1:45.879. Competition roughly about 9/10 of a second, and by the time I recorded this there was no aces on the leaderboard, but I'm sure after you've watched this video I'm bound to see many, many more on this leaderboard. But guys, upon that note, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it's given you some sort of assistance. Like, comment and subscribe if it has, or if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching guys, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.